Marney Gellner, Chris Hockey, Marney Gellner, Zach
Marnie.
Halverson,
Yes.
Marnie, Zach.
It's good to see you again,
Marnie,
Marcy.
Max,
Yeah.
Max.
And you.
Marnie. Marnie, you say.
It's Marnie, yeah.
I'm Marnie.
National treasure, Marney Gellner.
Regional.
She's
What's
on
your
NBA
problem?
TV from time to time, and she's also seen
She is actually
across
everywhere.
the country. So
The amount of times I've seen you at the big circus screen
yeah.
doing an interview.
Big
Circa?
circus?
Yeah.
You're at the circus?
That makes
Lobster
sense.
Girl.
Oh.
Yeah, Marnie's Lobster Girl.
You're on the NBA League
I
Pass.
thought she was Crab's girl.
That was the girl you couldn't name, right?
She had a name.
No, didn't you not know who you got it from?
Yeah. There were 3 candidates.
In one day?
No. Yes.
Good for you.
It was a long time ago.
Marnie, do you ever think about that? The not just regionally here, but nationally, the famous people that have technically watched you work. Right, like for example, I'm just throwing Jason Bateman has never heard the Power Trip Morning Show, right?
What?
But there's a really good chance Jason Bateman has watched you work. What? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of cool.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know if that's
probably.
true.
Are you envious?
Yes, I am.
If you're a super famous person and you're an NBA fan, they have
Sure.
probably seen your work, which is really cool.
Well, someone did compliment me once, and it kind of blew me away. And now I got to think about his name. He's in The Hangover. He's the doctor.
Ed Helms?
No.
Oh, the doctor.
wait a minute. Hold on.
He's
Bradley Cooper.
No, the Asian American
Ken Jeong.
Ken Jeong.
Damn it.
The
Hold on.
comedian.
I know
The
who
comedian.
it is.
Dr. Winslow J. Jenga Jenga.
Where did you see Ken Jeong?
At a Lakers game.
Was he
when he was just fine, and it was
lose
I don't
a
know
bet?
two years ago maybe, and I was with the Wolves, and at halftime he was walking into the beautiful people section where they get their drinks and everything, and he just tapped me on the arm and he said, "Hey, I've seen several games that you've worked. I think you ask really good questions. I enjoy your work."
Oh, that's awesome.
And I
Who
was
do you
like,
think you were? I love you, Marnes. You gave me a compliment, and I'm being mean. I'm sorry.
"No, it's
That's
you know
a cool
what?
thing, man.
If you weren't picking on me, I'd be like, what's wrong?"
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but that kind of stuff, I don't ever think about. And I was like, I did think he thought I was someone else, but he watches League Pass, to
Sure.
your point,
Oh, yeah.
Corey. So have I ever thought about it? No. Do I think Winona Judd watches League Pass and someone I would care about who cares about me? Now, if Jason Bateman said that, I was impressed with Ken Jeong. I was kind of floored.
Yeah.
Yes, if Jason Bateman said, "Hey, I think you asked good questions to the players postgame," I'd be like, F&A, right?
Well, just think of all
Let's
the
go.
really famous people that are basketball fans. Like Ben Stiller goes to all the Nick
Sure,
games, right? Like
right.
Larry David.
Yeah,
Or whatever. Like, there's
Yeah,
probably
that's-
some big time A-listers that have seen you
Yeah,
ask
and-
very good questions.
Well, or maybe thought she sucks.
Maybe. Paul, your hands up.
Well, one of you explain to hockey what League Pass is.
I can figure that part
It's
out.
basketball junkies.
Yeah.
It's where they go.
Yeah.
Watch all the games. I can get you a subscription. Just hang on here.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Oh, wait, is that a thing?
A subscription?
a subscription to League Pass? Yes.
Oh.
Can I get it? No.
Oh.
Well, I have it.
Well, Hawk will pay for
I
it.
can't share it.
Oh, okay.
Do you believe?
I got my bootleg.
Sorry.
with it.
Max
Sorry,
currently
Maxo.
has it. He also paid.
I got bootleg.
I've
League
used
Pass,
it before. Yeah, it's great.
Isn't it? Yeah. The pass, it's so simple.
Yeah, it's the yeah.
Yeah. I was, when I used to do this snowcross on CBS Sports Network, I was in an airport one time and Steven Seagal walked by me and had no idea who I was.
Or so you thought.
Wait, the Steven Seagal?
I was trying to.
You're talking about the
contribute.
reggae smash hit artist Steven
Oh my
Seagal.
God! What a great bit.
That's a good bit. Good bit. Well, I'm glad to see your face, Marsh. Congratulations on your big win on Friday.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was looking back at that score sheet because, Mark Parrish logs the game essentially. He
always
writes
does.
down all the answers, and normally he throws that sheet away unless he wins. Then he always has us sign it. He keeps every one of those when he wins. And he gave it to me mostly because he said Brian O'Neill was here. So I thought you might want to have him sign your sheet, which is totally true. You all signed it. I still have it. So I was looking at it when I got home, and I, of course, counted my dubs. I had 6.
6.
I've
Whoa.
never had 6. the number.
Right. No, you dominated.
You were very good, Marnes. You're very
Thank
good
you.
at it. It's
Thank you.
fun.
That's
You
what I
had
wanted
fun.
you all to say.
It was
Thank
very
you.
fun.
You just had it.
It was a fun game. Yeah.
It was good.
You got
We'll see
Brian
if you
O'Neill to set into his pass blocking thing because you went after him when you got the last
Pretty
one.
cool, man. That's pretty
I
cool.
don't know what happened. I don't want to be like that, honestly.
I love that you
I don't
care about
try.
the game
Yeah.
that much. You get into it. You're competitive. I, love it.
It's important that you care.
Yeah, watch out for password because people be flying.
Well, you got the
You got a good
you
partner.
got the toughest matchup
Yeah.
though. Right up, but you win that. It's smooth sailing until you run into Corliss and I.
Yeah, there's no
Or me and
smooth
Fallness.
sailing in that
No,
game.
you guys are going out.
Oh, stop.
Well, sorry, Maxo.
Stop it. Batman
Who
and Batman.
else? You had the first pick in the draft. I had the second pick. I just wanted to be in the top 3. That was my goal. I accomplished that. I was pretty lucky.
Yeah.
Who else did you consider for the top pick outside of Carly?
Well, I did go on record as saying I wanted the last pick, and that is accurate. I did not want to hurt feelings, and I did not want to have to choose between my friends, which is exactly what I had to do. I was on my draft board was Carly, John Creasel, and Nordo.
So
And Sus.
No, that's a good draft board. I'm fine with that. I don't
And
want to
Sus.
play
You
with
were
you
in my
either.
second tier.
Yeah, I could care less. I don't want to play with you either. I'm playing with him. You're going down. It's all bulletin board material. I don't know who still owns a bulletin board, but
I thought you said a
You're
Bolton
going
board. I
down.
thought you were talking Michael Bolton.
yeah, he's a
oh
cinephile.
god, I love Michael Bolton.
Yeah,
I wish
he's
we
bored.
could play his music.
Well, best of luck to you, Marnes. I'm
Yeah, good for
cheering
you.
for you guys, except for when we beat you in round 2.
Okay, well, I'd like to make it to round 2.
That would be great.
Honestly.
We got to bring the iPads back, though. I feel like just to keep the cheating accusations to a minimum, right?
Sure. Yeah.
It's probably-
Nip it in the bud.
We got rid of them once Rosie stopped playing regularly.
Oh, boy, you're firing bullets.
That is true, though. The
It's true.
iPads have gone away since Rosie stopped playing.
I haven't seen a need for them.
Poor Rosie. He's on his way in.
He doesn't care anymore. Rosie doesn't care.
Oh, you know, he was in. Did you guys know he was in the movie Jaws?
No, what?
Was
Oh,
in
no
the
way.
original cut.
He
Yeah,
was?
He was.
The
yeah.
original what?
Yeah, you heard what I
What
said.
was his role?
You know when Quint is telling the story when they bombed, they dropped the bomb off and then he got ate by them sharks?
Yeah.
In the original scene, Rosie was in the room too.
So it was Roy Scheider, Dreyfus, Quint, and Mark Rosen.
was coming back from the island of Tinian to Lady. Just delivered the bomb, the Hiroshima bomb.
Here we go.
100 men went into the water.
Gargling.
Vessel went down in 12 minutes. Didn't see the first shark for about half an hour. 13-footer. You know that when you're in the water, Chief?
It starts with a D.
You tell by looking from the dorsal to the tail.
Jeez.
Shark comes to the nearest man, that man he start pounding, hollering, and screaming. Sometimes the shark would go away.
Then what?
Sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark, he looks right into you,
Damn.
right into your eyes.
That's a good feeling.
You know the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
They're both black.
Turns out he doesn't seem to be living until he bites you.
Oh my God.
Oh, then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming. Instead of them pounding and hollering, they all come in and they rip you to pieces.
Oh.
You know, by the end of that first dawn, lost 100 men.
Boy, they were great.
I don't know how many sharks.
I'll go with 69 every time.
Thursday morning, Chief, I bumped into a friend of mine, Herbie Robinson from Cleveland, baseball player.
He wanted to be a catcher.
I thought he was asleep.
But
He'd been bitten in half below the waist. Noon the fifth day, Mr. Hooper, Lockheed Ventura saw us. He swung in low and he saw us too. A young pilot, a lot younger than Mr. Hooper anyway. He saw us and he come in low, and 3 hours later, a big fat PBY comes down and start to pick us up.
hell yes.
And that was the time I was most frightened, waiting for my turn.
You feel lucky today?
I'll never put on a life jacket again.
That's
Rosie in the movie. They didn't like
so
it.
A plus.
Yeah,
A
they cut it
plus.
That's more proof that Spielberg's a genius. Because look, the beauty of that scene, the one that actually made the movie,
Yeah, the one
Yeah,
without
is
Rosie.
that
Yeah.
is that Hooper and Brody have so much respect for what Quint went through.
Yeah.
they just silently sit there and listen and just let Quint go for about 2 or 3 straight minutes.
Yeah.
In that cut, Rosie just clomped on the whole thing.
That's why it had to
Let
be
the man
cut.
tell
It
the
was like
story.
Marnie telling a sports story.
Very similar. Let her finish.
Isn't that the scene that made the film? Isn't that like one of the most iconic monologue scenes in a movie?
I mean, yeah, sure.
It's brilliant too.
It's fantastic.
And what a great way to.
Why does Rosie ruin it?
All he was doing was answering a question.
Yeah.
And instead of just answering the question, Spielberg has him give this delicious monologue that indicates why he hates sharks and why he doesn't wear a life jacket, which comes into play later in the film. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's foreshadowing. It's all of it. It's Spielberg. It's Jaws.
God, what a great. Who do we know that? Is it Max? Have you not seen Jaws?
No, I've never seen it. I've only seen bits and pieces.
Either of you, Zach?
I've seen this. I think I've seen the second or the third one, but I haven't seen the first one.
What?
I mean,
Little John's shocked.
Well, Hawk loves the fourth one. Isn't his guy in it?
Yeah, my guy's in
Michael
it.
Caine's in the fourth one, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a scary
Caine.
movie?
I mean, at the time it was.
Ask,
tense. It's got
ask
tense.
Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Michael
he's
Caine
talking about the first one.
Michael Caine, is Jaws 4 scary?
Oh, Michael Caine. Foreskin carry.
Foreskin carry.
He's getting his foreskin carried.
Did he play golf? What about your foreskin, Michael Caine?
Carry it.
Apparently, it's so bountiful.
Who carries it?
I'm fair, young man.
Look, by the way, I haven't played golf in a long time. I don't remember having to carry my foreskin when I golf. How does that work?
I meant like.
Well, you're not allowed to wear it on the course.
Those
like
damn
denim
dress
jeans.
code rules.
You don't want to get it caught.
Oh.
Anyway, see the first movie, you guys. For God's sakes.
Okay. Max, we'll have to have a date in the performance room.
yeah. We'll have a movie marathon.
It's super good.
We'll steal AJ's popcorn maker. It'll be
It's
great.
super good.
That'd be great.
Changed everything.
This is the news, by the way.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey, presented by the St. Paul Saints.
And you can see those Saints play tonight versus Rochester, CHS Field, 6:37 tonight, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday. All those games, CHS Field.
English Language Day, I think, tonight.
I think you're right. The night is pronounced differently. That's right. So there you go.
Good stuff.
Love the Saints. A couple of quick news things before we get moving. A Minnesota man who died in the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor will soon finally be coming home. Navy Fire Controlman 3rd Class William F. Gussie died along with more than 400 crewmen aboard the USS Oklahoma on December 7, 1941, a day that will live in infamy. His remains had been declared unrecoverable in 1949, but scientists began re-examining remains discovered from the Oklahoma in 2015 and were able to identify Gussie's in 2021.
Jeez. Fascinating.
I know. He'll be buried in Minneapolis on June 12th. Finally coming home. Welcome home, Sailor. She's Louise.
I mean, the downside is I wonder, what does he have for family left to even enjoy that awesome honor? But
I would guess very little. But,
yeah.
Right.
But still.
Who knows? Yeah, right.
I think you more than you'd think they were young, even in, 41?
Yeah.
So.
It was almost 100 years ago.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. Man, that's crazy.
Crazy, isn't it? I know. NASA says April's full moon and Lyrid's meteor shower will both happen this week. The April full moon is also known as the pink moon and will peak today. Lyrid's meteor shower peaked yesterday. By the way, yesterday, Zach was peaking at a pink moon as well.
I was looking for a shooting star.
Zach, it hurts your eyes if you stare directly at it.
Don't do that. And you get pink eye from it, too.
That's why they call it Pink Moon.
Oh.
It's the least of his worries.
So for best viewing, get away from the city lights and look up. That's what it says here. It really does. And finally,
the actual moon, though, the one in the sky, is tremendous right now.
Huge.
Yes. My daughter actually called me into her room last night at like 9:30 just so we could look out the window. She was like, "Have you seen the moon?"
You smack her.
That's a huge dick.
It looked like it was. It looked like it was plugged in.
Yeah.
It
Was
was
it greater than the
glowing.
sun?
like Jim Carrey lassoed it.
Can you answer Aki's question, please?
No.
And my last news story. A tourist in Indonesia, and thank God this wasn't John Bonus. He's been sending drunk texts all morning.
Oh, all morning.
Where's he
At
now?
like 2 a.m. he started.
I think he's in. Is he in?
Didn't you say he was in South Korea or something?
Something
Did
like
I read
that.
his? Maybe I read his
Yeah.
text wrong because it was super early this morning. But
A tourist in
He's all over the
Indonesia
place.
is dead after falling into an active volcano, while of course taking photos. Chinese woman was on a guided tour of the volcano park when she fell into the crater. The 31-year-old and her husband climbed to the top of the to catch the sunrise. A tour guide said she was warned of the dangers of falling while posing for photographs before she tripped on a piece of her clothing and fell into the volcano.
Tripped on a piece of her clothing. Was she wearing a cloak of some sort?
Like a wizard?
Ask her. Oh, it's too late.
Oh.
She fell twice? Oh, it's much farther.
Whoa. Oh, my God. I think she's okay.
Oh, my God.
I
This is
didn't
terrible.
know that happened.
You wake up, you're going out, I mean, she knew she was going to a volcano, but
Yeah.
when that little girl was born, they didn't think she'd die in a volcano. I'll guarantee you
Nope.
that.
That's sad.
yeah, John Bonus this morning at 2:53 our time sent us a picture from Seoul, South Korea,
That's what he said, yeah.
and it is it's a series of cartoons that's posted. It looks like it's some kind of a grocery store, and the English translation says "Sleep well, eat well, poop well," and there's pictures of. I guess if you eat whatever they're selling, you're going to do those three things.
Yeah.
And he says, Hawk, Seoul might be your dream city. So I think he's had a couple.
I think he definitely. Did he send a picture to you of the guy on the side of the can of beer?
Yep, throwing up.
Yeah, that's the sign on the can of beer. Is a guy bent over throwing up.
Yeah.
Yep, who knows what bonus?
I don't know what he's doing.
gonna have 4 more.
You want to talk about Quint and his story being
Yeah.
foreshadowing?
Yeah.
That's bonus foreshadowing.
Boy, call back.
Call back. We do sports when we come back. Let's talk about Wolves Suns Game 2 with Marney Gellner. So also walk us through the sports after this on The Fan.
Draft coverage this week on The Fan is presented by Pep's Draft House Pizza.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Power Trip Morning Show. That's right. Mark Rosen on his way in. Momentarily, he'll be here. We got the great Marty Gellner and a cast of thousands. And we got sports coming up with Meat Sauce Palermo.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around Property Preservation.
Thank you, Marnes. Game 2 of Suns at Wolves. The playoff series is tonight. 6:30, right here on The Fan. On ESPN.com, the Wolves are minus 3.5. The over-under is 211.5. Grayson Allen, I just saw, is questionable for tonight's game.
Yep.
So is Slow-Mo. He's also questionable for tonight's game. The Wolves lead the series 1-0 after that awesome performance on Saturday.
Awesome.
So here we go. Let's win this game because you can't give your home court, or as others would say, your home field advantage away.
Yes. Tonight is an important game. Of course, you wanted to go to Phoenix up 2-0. I thought Saturday was immensely important, not just to win the game, but the way they win the game. You play to win the game. Because it was one thing to talk the talk about, yeah, we can beat Phoenix. We have a better team than Phoenix. We know and it's another thing to walk the walk and play a game that was dominant from start to finish against this team. So now that you have that as your groundwork and you know there are adjustments coming, I can't wait to see tonight's game. I do think we'll win again. I think we'll go to Phoenix
Same.
up 2-0 and Phoenix will win a game. I don't think this will be a sweep of a series, but I think we ride that home court vibe because it was electric at Target Center on Saturday. And you could see Anthony Edwards he feeds off of that. The Wolves fed off of it. I think we go up 2-0. I think it was a wonderful performance, and we got shook a lot of the whatever the negatives or cobwebs or doubts or all of that gone. Start fresh. Here we go. 2-0 Wolves.
I think you can
talk about it, Marnes.
I think you can flip the negative from Saturday too to a positive because again, Conley couldn't have played worse. He seemed super frustrated at himself. Right? He's a vet. He's supposed to be the calming presence, and he had a really bad game. No way Conley plays that poorly tonight. So when he rises up tonight, that should trickle down to everybody else because he's had an awesome season. Great 3-point shooter, right? He was one of the top 5 or 6 in the league as well. So I think big bounce back game for Conley. But you mentioned it, Marnes. Saturday was all about Ant. You heard the Stephen A. Smiths of the world and Michael Wilbons of the world is comparing him to Jordan, saying that was a Jordan-esque kind of performance with Durant right in his face and he didn't care. I think at the end of this playoff run, if Ant does what he looks like he's capable of doing, it is not even remotely preposterous to say he's a top 5 NBA player. And I think the league is going to wake up to that. We all know this is his kind of breakout season. But if you're not watching it nationally, like we are locally, this is his chance to show he is not a top 20 player. He is truly at the top of the pile. Just it's a matter maybe of taste. He's in that conversation. He's got a chance to ascend essentially to the top.
He is on the verge of being the best player the Wolves have ever had.
And does anybody want LaMelo Ball?
Hawk.
Right?
Is that a drink?
There were people, even a year or so in, going, cool, nice dunks.
But I
Wiseman.
Want,
But even when LaMelo Ball was like tearing it up, it was, cool. Sure. I hope you guys like these big dunks. It's like,
well, there was also the bit
about a little patience.
Like the night or two before the draft, does he even like basketball?
That was a narrative. That sure was.
Maxo, your thoughts
on Game 2 tonight?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know how much more Phoenix what they can do to really counteract what the Wolves do well because Phoenix only has it's big 3 or go home for them. If it's not outside in Game 1, outside of Kevin Durant, just some heroics in iso ball, they didn't do anything. There was no team chemistry. Devin Booker was incredibly frustrated, he has been all season whenever he's matched up against Nickeil Alexander-Walker. We have more than any other team, I would say, even in this playoffs on the East or the West, we have better wing defenders. Because obviously we got Rudy Gobert holding down the paint, but Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Jaden McDaniels, and Anthony Edwards playing against a healthy rotation of those 3 guys is hell if you're a guy like Devin Booker or Bradley Beal. I'm of course, they're the top end offensive players. They're going to come around. They're going to have one of those games eventually. But that's the problem with Phoenix is it seems like they can't have all 3 of their guys firing all cylinders at the same exact time. It's KD has a game because even in the regular season finale, it was Bradley Beal that really killed us. Devin Booker did okay, and Kevin Durant wasn't really there. So they still don't have that chemistry enough that if all three of them don't get going, they pretty much don't have a chance. And if they don't have Grayson Allen, I mean, obviously that hurts them offensively, but the Wolves, that just improves the Wolves significantly defensively. Karl Anthony Towns or someone like that doesn't have to go run around and chase Grayson Allen all over the court, which they switched him up and had him guarding Kevin Durant, him and Rudy guarding Kevin Durant, which worked wonders. I mean, in the sense of that, obviously Kevin Durant cooked, but the Wolves didn't have total team defensive breakdowns like they had before when he was running around guarding Grayson Allen. So I just don't know as long as the Wolves keep playing well, their depth is just so much. There's such a deeper team than the Phoenix Suns. I don't know what Phoenix can really do to counteract against the Wolves outside of having just fantastic games from Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. So I expect the Wolves to win again handily tonight.
Marnes, you've been around Rudy Gobert. He again is getting dragged. He got voted by 11 people technically, but whatever. The most overrated player in the NBA, according to anonymous NBA players. The Athletic polled, 81? And 11 of them said Rudy's the most overrated. Does he seem like the kind of guy that says,
11?
Well, yeah, think about that. Isn't that dumb? 81 people voted and 11 people voted for Rudy, and then it's the headline that he's the most.
That should not be published.
I totally agree.
Correct.
It's dumb. It's 11 people. Anyway, point is most overrated player in the NBA, according to 11 people. So does he seem like the kind of guy that's going to take Game 2 as a quick turnaround opportunity to say, overrated, huh? Okay, well, let's see what I can do here in Game 2 to shut those 11 NBA players up.
That actually kind of makes me mad.
It's dumb.
That's published. I wonder if Rudy's going to have a word with John Krasinski. Not that John Krasinski had anything to do with publishing it, but he works for The Athletic. And it puts out a bad narrative. I know there are a lot of people, it's fans, it's coaches, it's players that feel like Rudy gets under their skin, or he's not super likable, or maybe they wouldn't want to be teammates with him. And then you are teammates with him and you're like, this guy is awesome. Or he is on your team and you see him play every night and you're like, this guy is awesome. And I thought that narrative was starting to be put to bed after this season and how valuable he's been to what was the number one team through most of the season. I thought some of that old school way of thinking was starting to fade, but apparently not to 11 people. However, I would say 70 people did not vote that Rudy Gobert was the most overrated.
Well, for context again, I think Jordan Poole had the second most votes, but like Kat got 3 votes, Jaden McDaniels got 1. But I actually brought this one up just earlier, just as an example. I think this is showing how dumb this is. 2 out of the 81 voted for Jason Tatum.
What a dumb poll.
It's stupid.
So stupid.
Really dumb.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know how we could express anymore how valuable Rudy is to this team and how legitimately good and, dare I say, underrated. He's rated. He's accurately rated.
Yeah, elite defensively.
Defensive player of the year again this year. He will be, yes.
Yep.
And deservedly so.
Yeah, I don't know what nobody thinks he's a top 5 player, right?
No.
I think they even said it on game 1 that no offensive scheme has ever run through Rudy.
Yeah,
right?
they said they don't run any plays for Rudy.
Run plays for Rudy because that's not his skill set. He gets rebounds and he catches lobs and he dunks it and he mostly misses free throws. But he made 6 out of 7 or something the other day.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Rudy's Rudy. He's good luck
great.
getting past him. We'll take
That's a bizarre, what is he rated that you think he's overrated?
If you could get every player in the league to vote, you might have my attention. But 81 is 16% of the league. Who cares?
But he only got 11 votes.
11 votes. Yep, really dumb. Mark Rosen joins next. Vikings news and more with Marney Gellner after this on The Fan.
Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, as they just said, right there, on The Fan, Cat and his teammates take on Durant again. Here, Cat talks about that matchup.
Be aggressive and make it difficult on him. I mean, he's one of the best scorers this league has seen. So just do my job of making it as difficult as possible, make every shot a difficult shot, and just doing my best to at least, like KG would say, defensively stimulate him. Get him thinking if I'm going to play up, I'm going to use my length, if I'm going to use the strength. So just try to give him a bunch of different looks throughout the game and make it as tough as possible against someone like that.
There you go. Tonight's tonight, Rosie Roserson.
Yeah, it's going to be. Marnie and I were just talking during the break. I mean, it's one of those things where fans been waiting who are old enough, 20 years for these games. Ever since KG, Spreewell, and Cassell went to the Western Conference Finals, and this team has got a whole different feel to it, different look, different electricity, the depth, everything about it. This is a deeper team than the 2004 team. They had Freddie Hoiberg and who else was on there?
Trenton Hassel. Troy Hudson, Irvin
Wally
Johnson.
You just made my point. I mean, they all had different roles. Freddie was a good shooter, terrific shooter.
He's the mayor.
The mayor. Yeah, but this team has just got Nikhil Alexander-Walker is just a stud.
He was so good on Saturday. He and Nas off the bench,
but I think
incredible.
Difference makers.
But it is fun, and Marnie, I'm sure you probably had the same observation. Before the game or even during the game, looking around, seeing 10-year-old kids, 12-year-old kids, whatever, and going, you have no idea the misery your dad or mom or fans or relatives have been through watching this team compete, sitting next to Sauce, watching Darko Milicic eating Skittles. During timeouts.
He didn't even get up.
Didn't even bother going to the huddle. Just
rock bottom.
It was rock bottom after rock bottom. And now, even after the game, and I know they're going to mediation, I saw Alex Rodriguez and Glenn Taylor actually having a cordial conversation in the hallway leading into the... I almost took a picture. I thought, nah, don't do that. They're having a private conversation. Now we know... We
Sell
don't know.
it to TMZ.
Yeah.
Rosie gave the exclusive scoop to Wolves Fan Line.
Yeah, we did. That was then topping it all. I get to work with Max after the game, and we'll do it again tonight. It was from the cage, as we like to call it. So we had a blast, didn't we? I mean, you did a great job, and it was fun.
Thanks, Rose.
Rehashing it, and the fans were still streaming by, so we chatted with them.
How long is that post-game show, by the way? When I wait to do Vikings Fan Line, Muss wants to get out of here so he can go do garage beers.
Yeah, right.
I heard you two were doing Fan Line, so Wolves win. I'm like, I'm going to see what Rosie and Max have to say.
Sure.
Wolves post-game went for 6 hours before you guys did Fan Line.
Well, they had the wrap-up, and then they had
wrap it up. Let's go.
Wrap it up, and then they had Chris Finch's interview, and then they had some players. I think Ant was talking, and I think Kat. I'm not sure who else. So then they finally gave us the wrap. They gave them the wrap, and then we got on after that. And I left before you guys were still talking when I left. It was about. What time was it? 6:30?
It's like 11:30 p.m. Let's go.
Tonight it might be because it is a 6:30 start. But it is thankfully a 6:30 start and not like a 9 o'clock start. We've had those before. So, yeah, it's going to be, the weather's perfect. It's not that it's played outdoors, but it's going to be a great atmosphere again tonight. Another whiteout, I guess, is what they're calling it. Some fans are going, wait, I spent all this money on merch wearing Wolves colors. Now I have to wear white? And...
Well, they'll probably have the T-shirts on the chairs
they
again.
will.
I would guess. So
they will.
If you're coming to the game tonight and don't have something white,
they'll give it to you. They'll let you wear it. So,
but Mark,
yeah. There's so much for my next movie.
I know. I love that. By the way, are you going to replay that?
I'll play it for you.
I almost drove off the road listening to Jaws. I can't believe who hadn't seen that movie.
Max and
Zach. Neither one of them. Yeah.
Man, again, talking about youth being served. We're just talking about the Timberwolves and not knowing the suffering that fans have gone through. If you haven't seen Jaws, the opening scene is...
Well, 2 hours ago, we were talking to Max. He hasn't seen No Country for Old Men or There Will Be Blood. And he's going to love both.
Absolutely, 100%. Max definitely will.
And he'll love Jaws, too.
Jaws came out in 1975.
Game changer.
I'm
A+. To think that they haven't seen it is not outrageous.
No, it's not.
It's 100 out of 100.
No, but it's such a huge part of American culture. It's surprising when you haven't at least seen it in passing.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't
Spielberg
seen
almost didn't get that movie.
Casablanca.
Oh, Casablanca's great, Marnes.
There you go, Max.
You've never seen Casablanca?
Wow.
Oh, really?
Jesus.
I tried to get Zach Halverson to watch Jerry Maguire when he made My Open, which is the greatest work that Zach has ever done. And he had never seen it, and he promised me he would. And I told him the plot, and he was like, "Oh, that sounds funny." Jerry Maguire, show me the money. That never seen it. Zach, have you seen Jerry Maguire?
Yeah, I saw it like a year ago.
No, you didn't.
Didn't you watch it on a plane?
I did watch it. I don't know where I watched it, but I watched it. I saw the whole thing.
Okay,
it's Juice and it's Lucy.
I take it back.
Zach.
What'd you think?
It's Juice and it's Lucy.
It was all right. It was a good movie. I guess.
love that movie.
It was peak Zellweger.
Yeah, it was.
Me, Myself, and Irene, and Jerry Maguire.
Me, Myself, and Irene is a home run. It's such a good film.
Kid was kind of obnoxious, but other than that,
obnoxious.
I just had to say that. No, he was
You
very,
hate kids.
very cute.
Dogs and beasts can smell
I have
fear.
lots of problems.
You do have a lot of problems.
I do.
That's great.
Human head weighs 8 pounds, except for Thotheth.
Oh,
That was the.
That was the quote. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the extended.
Yeah, that's in the movie.
That's a great
cut.
bit. Can we bring in a scale and have you lay on the ground and put your head on the
We're
scale
going to have
and
to
weigh
move
it?
your head to do it correctly, though.
Okay, I have a large head. I'm well
What do you think it weighs?
60 pounds.
60?
We're not weighing my head.
Why?
You just lay on a scale, right?
Because I don't go near a scale.
Science experiment.
Yeah, we'll bring in
we could, and we'd all have to.
car scale.
Or why don't you just take me to a truck weighing scale?
That's what we'll do. We'll drop you off at a truck stop.
Yeah. And I'll go start working.
Yeah, I got a lot of lizard duties.
It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip, presented by
Redco, your truck accessories pro.
Hey, what happened?
Rosie, did you know the draft is 2 days away?
I wish someone had talked about it the last couple weeks. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it, or should we change the subject?
Listen, I'm open to any discussion about the Vikings. I kept hearing
what a sign.
More than loud whispers that JJ was going to get his deal done this week.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been out there. In fact, kind of JJ kind of said it. But having said that, which would be nice, I mean, he was at the game the other night. He was dressed like, oh, man, that's Hollywood. That's big time. Wasn't
yes,
it,
he was
Barnes?
wearing some sort of a leather jacket, like baby blue, and it was blinged out with
It was.
diamonds on the jacket.
I don't mean to be the Corey Cove in this situation. The
What's wrong with
pessimist.
that?
Nothing wrong with that. I would be honored to be you. That is the fallback plan if the draft goes absolutely backwards. Then the JJ contract gets pushed to the forefront.
I'm not quite sure.
I like what you're saying.
Meaning that if
you're saying from a public relations standpoint, you think. So we swung and missed on trading up.
Yeah,
so
we took
JJ.
Bo Nix,
Okay.
but
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Can I ask an honest question about Justin Jefferson the other day? Do you guys ever wear sunglasses indoors? I get disoriented.
No.
Everybody that's cool can pull it off. I can't pull it off.
I don't know how they do it.
There's
I'm
a
with you.
lot of people I know wear sunglasses playing poker. I can't see the cards clearly enough.
That's a
I
good
can't
point.
pull it off.
Oh, you wouldn't do any worse.
I couldn't do any better. I couldn't do any worse. But even just walking around the house, I think with sunglasses on would be disorienting. But they look cool doing it.
They do.
Yeah.
I wonder if you're rich enough, there's something different in the lenses that maybe you see it clearly.
Yeah, where it looks like it's 100% brightness level, but to the rest of us,
it's disorienting enough when you get your eyes dilated for when you go for an exam.
Yeah, or when you get high or something.
Just because you said dilated.
I dilated. I'm not having a baby. But it's just like, oh man, I got to wear these sunglasses because my eyes are so sensitive to everything, any sunlight.
Shine, gentlemen, let's go.
But JJ absolutely pulled it off.
Man.
Yeah, he's sweet.
Well, yeah, if you're Justin Jefferson.
You're Justin Jefferson, yeah.
That's almost everybody. I saw Tyler Hero after game 1, I think, of the series, and I'm going, who the hell would ever dress like that?
Right.
And I'm going, you have to be Tyler Hero and to pull that off, or every gal on the planet goes ick.
Yeah,
but if you're Tyler, he's like, ooh, he likes fashion.
Wait, Zax.
Right, zip.
Yeah.
What was he wearing? I did not see it.
You should Google it. It looked like he had a scarf on that a golden girl would have worn.
Affliction. He was wearing Affliction.
Golden girl.
Wait, Blanche has style, though. Blanche really does.
Yeah,
have style.
Woodhawk.
Damn right.
Just look, I don't know, look Tyler Hero game 1 press conference. It looked ridiculous.
That's funny.
Yes, bitch.
If you're not a multi-millionaire NBA player, you get ridiculed for wearing something so stupid.
Well,
But
internally,
he probably slept with 57 women that night.
And the pants are probably $2,000.
Yeah,
we all see the shots of the players coming into the arena now, so it's kind of a fashion show. It is, right,
Yeah,
Marge?
yeah.
I mean, it's part of the bit when you're.
It's
what are they going to wear tonight? What's the fashion of the day?
because they can monetize it now.
Right.
Because the fashion makers of the world will provide you with these clothes if you wear them in your walk-in, and then they get posted to your team's social media account.
You're so right, Audrey.
Let me tell you tell me what you think about this here in 6 seconds. At the end of this ad, in 5.
He's just wearing an Affliction coat.
Do you still have yours?
I love it.
The
I wear it
leather
all the time.
one?
Yeah, it's the best.
What do you think
it's
of
the
this,
most
Marge?
comfortable coat I've ever worn.
I mean, what is this?
Let me look.
Let me look.
Like, can you imagine if I showed up wearing that and tried to take it seriously? Look at
So
this.
it's like a white T-shirt and a scarf.
Yep.
It's something you would see. It's what Thelma and Louise wore as they drove off the edge.
Very
So that their
solid
hair
analogy,
wouldn't
yeah.
blow in the wind.
Whoa.
And my guess is those sunglasses are $1,500, but it looks like he got them at a truck stop.
Yeah.
No,
Same
funny.
thing with the hat. I just don't get it, but whatever.
Well, the Tyler Heroes of the world really can't pull that off. I'm sorry.
Well, one other thing, and I'm looking right at it, so I saw this commercial the other day, and it just reminded me. Right in front of Tyler Hero is Gatorade water. Have you seen the commercials for Gatorade water yet?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have.
They are. Think about this.
Isn't that what you have over there, Barnes?
This might be the most genius thing I've ever heard. They advertise it. They market it as flavorless Gatorade.
In other words, it's water.
Water. If Gatorade water is just water and they're saying it's flavorless Gatorade, this is going to be the most genius thing I've ever seen. I hope it epically fails because they're just messing with us if they say flavorless Gatorade.
I love Gatorade.
Same.
I love it. But some of that stuff has so much sugar in it.
It's awful.
Like I try and, even though, my body looks like mashed potatoes.
What else does it look exactly like?
But I try not, there are people that are like, you're better off just drinking a can of pop than drinking regular full octane Gatorade.
Check out the sugar content. Yeah.
My guess is this Gatorade water has electrolytes and stuff.
Yeah,
but still,
I have
is it
idea.
Is it just water with electrolytes?
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's a draft on Thursday night still.
And Rosie's coming in for the mock draft.
Thursday morning, right?
Yes, sir.
That's
And I'll
awesome.
be there at U.S. Bank as well Thursday night working with Zach, whatever you need. And the anticipation by now, of course, is off the charts, but the disappointment level will also be there. I mean, it's going to be a fascinating night. I can't recall a draft that has more intrigue for the Vikings than this one, for all the reasons that everyone's been talking about for the past 2 months, basically. So it's anyone's guess. No one knows for sure, including, I'm sure, the Vikings front office, exactly how this is going to go down, because last time I looked, it takes another partner to get this thing done. So will it get done before the draft, Sauce? Is there any prediction, any idea that they could still potentially make this deal with New England or someone before Thursday night when the clock strikes midnight, as they say?
I mean, there's always a chance. I just think that one of the things
When it's on
yesterday.
the clock.
One of the
Jeff,
things.
look at this thing.
Oh, God. Why are you talking to my dad? One of the things I saw yesterday was that Robert Kraft's son, John, is now part of the Patriots draft day festivities. I'm trying to say. Sorry. I don't know why I just shorted out there. But the fans are pissed about that, right? Because they hate Jonathan Kraft. They think that he's. It would be like me going into a courtroom, right? You'd be like, what the hell's he
doing?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, is he dead?
No, but I think the thing is I think from everything I've read and everything I've heard, they are very split on, yes, we can take a quarterback. We may not be in the situation again, New England.
Yep.
But B, we also have a horrible roster where getting extra draft picks would work. So it's just a matter of that. I think if a Patriots pick happens, I think it's on the clock.
Okay, thank you. I'll have another.
And I think at this point, I think a Cardinals trade would also be on the clock.
Okay,
the
thank
team
you.
I
I'll
would
have
look
another.
for is the Chargers. I think you're going to get to a point where the Cardinals are going to say, we're not coming off this pick.
Number 5,
we really
then, right?
No, 4. The Cardinals picked 4.
No, I mean the Chargers.
Chargers are 5.
Right.
We really want Marvin Harrison Jr. We're not going to move off this pick.
Okay, is he dead?
No, he's alive. That's where they're taking him, Rosie. And then at pick 5, I think is where, if you can't get to 3, 5 is where you're going to go. Because, I mean, now on DraftKings, Jaden is like minus 1,000 to go second, and
Drake May
is like minus 700 to go third. So it's kind of starting to come together. But I think
you think which quarterback the Vikings are going to end up with is?
It would be McCarthy.
It's McCarthy. But I know that they really want to get to that third pick, and they're trying like hell to get to that third pick. And it's just a matter of getting the Patriots off of it. If the Patriots think, yes, we'll take 23 next year's first, and we can build a team.
Right, which they need.
Yep. You just got to get them to convince it, but they also could sit there and just take the quarterback.
You could argue the biggest piece of news the Vikings fans should be waiting for in the next 48 hours is the tampering thing with the Falcons.
Which is another...
pick 8 gets altered or changed or moved down or eliminated.
PA said yesterday that he thinks, he's speculating, of course, he wouldn't be shocked if we went from 23 to 8.
Come on.
That's a massive move.
He doesn't say things unless he,
that would be stunning.
I mean, that changes the whole thing.
Because then you don't 23 to 8.
Then it's almost like we just wasted 3 months of our lives.
Right. But then
why did we do all this talking?
8 and 11 will get you to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well,
It'll get you
screw
anywhere.
that. I would argue then you
keep 8 and
don't
11.
trade both of them, right?
Right.
At that point, you start wheeling and dealing future picks. I wouldn't give up 8 and 11.
No,
to get
you
up to
trade 8.
3 or 5.
You trade 8 and a couple future seconds
Exactly.
or something.
You
and
wheel
you would
and deal
keep
and keep
11,
one of
and then
them.
at 11, you'd take the best defensive
player available.
You would hit a home run in the draft.
Well, it'll
8 and 11 would be a
finally
daydream.
be here on Thursday night. So
Yeah, Marnie can't wait.
Mayhem murder.
Yeah. In fact,
Rosie.
I think I'm going to put a picture up every day on Instagram just to let you know when the draft is and how many days. And then
I think I've been counting that down for
about 3 months.
Yeah, about
70 or 80 days.
What are you going to do when it's over? You said after Thursday you don't know what you're going to do with your life. What are you going to do on Instagram? All you've been posting on Insta for about 3 months is how many days to the Masters and the draft. The Masters is over.
Yeah.
The draft's over in 2 days.
Well, what will be 364 days from Friday?
Hang on a second.
I think I know.
Thanks, Mark.
damn.
Rosie?
See, Scheffler won another golf tournament yesterday.
Yeah,
He doesn't.
Yay.
Oh, Rose.
Goodness. I thought his wife was having a baby.
All right, here we go.
I don't know how that thing works. I don't know how babies work.
There we go.
You don't know how babies work.
Got it.
Go ahead.
No, I just unfollowed you on Instagram.
Why?
I'm not going to listen to draft talk for a year.
That's mean. Well, that's fine. I'm your partner in password. Block me for all I care.
The 8 o'clock hour of the Power Trip Morning Show after this. Marney Gellner, Mark Rosen. We'll do Fan 5 and then headlines later. This is the Power Trip on the